Hey, this is Matt Gallimore with United Country Blue Ridge Land and Auction. Sorry about the yelling. Folks are out here mowing the grass on an 81-acre tract that we're getting ready to auction off on May 18th, 4 p.m. The property is located on Hunters Ridge Road. That's in Dugspur, Virginia, of Carroll County, and it's actually right across from Waterview Drive. So I need to explain a couple of things to you about the access of the property. So in order to view the property and to look at it, you'll just come down the driveway of 1515 and 1517 Hunters Ridge Road. You're actually going through a property with a couple of houses on it, and that is actually not for sale. I repeat, that's not for sale. That's just going to be your temporary access to the property. So there's actually going to be two future accesses. So let me show this to you. You got about 20 feet right here, and if you look at the maps that are in the bidder pack, you got 20 feet. That's actually a strip of land that connects to the back portion of the property that'll go through here. You'd have to put a bridge culvert in to get across the creek. You also have a 20-foot right-of-way that actually is going to follow their driveway all the way up through here, which is where we're walking. And this 20-foot right-of-way will continue along their driveway until it gets to their bridge. And then I'm standing in the 20-foot right-of-way, and then it's going to go right up through here. And we've got a sign, future access. This is where you're going to build your road off their driveway. I'm going to take a straight shot through the woods. And connects to this strip of land that you see on the map where the future road will be built that you'll need to build. It just goes right across, runs right across this property line. Right, you'll see the mark. So you got two choices for your future access. Save money by going around that way, not having to build a bridge. And then the sellers are going to grant a temporary access for 1 year after closing, that, while you're building your road, you'll just be able to go up through their driveway and access the property that way. You'll see the property is well worth looking into. It's got awesome views. One of my favorite parts is the pond. The pond is gorgeous. You got great views, great open fields, great for recreation, farmland. And again, you can get all the information at vaauctionpro.com. 81 acres being auctioned off on May 18th, 4 p.m. Okay, so we're gonna look at the rest of the product. First, Drew, need a favor. Keep the video shoulders up, because when I'm sitting in these golf carts or a truck, I notice that actually makes my belly look a little bigger than it is. If I'm standing straight up, it's just straight, but when I'm hunched over, it makes it look worse than it is. So keep the video up if you don't mind. All right, so folks, we're going down this. This is your temporary access again for 1 year. 1 year. Now you're going to have to look at the interactive map on MapRight and on our website to see exactly what we're talking about. So you have legal access. It's going to be good access, but it's going to be back there. We're just going up the temporary access mainly for you to have during the first year of ownership while you have time to build a road, and secondly for people just to come and look at the property. So we have a sign right here that says homes are not for sale. Property for sale is ahead. So these are the actual owners of back here, but they're selling the property. So don't go knocking on their doors and stuff and asking them a bunch of questions. just drive through here and go back to the property. All right, folks, I made it easy for everyone. Here's where the property starts, okay? Right here, property starts here. And now you're gonna get to see some beautiful land in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Beautiful views, recreational property. Check that out up there. That's part of it. Beautiful views here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I think when people get back here, they're not going to worry about the access anymore. I mean, because you've got good access, and the property more than makes up for, you know, the access. So we're going to get up in here and drive across this section. Got a turkey. They had a portion of this timbered, you know, a while back. So that's the section we're on right now. And I think it's important for people to understand that a portion of it was timbered. You know, they did clear out some of the property.
Looks like they just thinned it some. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
There's more open land back here. And there's some more wooded section right there. You know, again, that's part of that section that we were just looking at that was timbered. So I did want to kind of walk through a little bit of the wooded section here that they have cleared out and did a select cut with the timber. You know, just so people can kind of see what, and it's just a small portion in the back that they actually did that. But you can kind of see it up through here. So, you know, there's still trees here. Just you can see where they thinned it out a little bit. And while we're walking back over to this field where it's got some awesome views, you know, there are some deed restrictions on the property. You know, stuff like no junkyards, trailer parks, no shooting ranges, you know, no feedlots. So those restrictions don't keep you from having an RV or something, or a couple of motorhomes on the property. Doesn't keep you from, you know, having this as a recreation property where you're shooting. It's for commercial shooting ranges. It's to protect the neighborhood around. So they're very minor restrictions. You can have farm animals out here. What we're talking about are big feedlots where, you know, you're having a commercial farming operation with a lot of animals per acre, you know, huge commercial operations. You know, grazing cattle out here is fine, you know, running horses is fine. So, you know, I don't want anybody to get intimidated by the restrictions because they are very brief, they're very simple, and they're very minor. Drew, that field over there, on the other side, that's part of it too. And the interesting thing about that is it actually looks a little bit steep from where we're standing, but when we drive out there, it's not steep at all. It's almost like an optical illusion. It's pretty neat, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, beautiful field right here. Just some gorgeous, gorgeous views. So I think we're going to kind of loop back around go down and look at the pond. Y'all are gonna love the pond. And then go up here to this field and then show you some more of the views from the property. We're approaching one of my favorite parts of the property is the pond. So we're gonna go down here and check the pond out. You know, I think I measured it out online and it was like a little bit smaller than an acre, about an acre, how big it is. We're actually coming into this isn't actually the entrance that you would use to get down to it. Most of the time you'd use something on the other side, but we're just gonna come down through here. So here's the pond. It's one of my favorite parts of the property. It, you know, according to the seller, he said he thought it was about 20 feet in the middle, 20 feet deep. So there are fish in it. So it's a great place to come down here and, you know, just enjoy the view, or, you know, swim, or, you know, do a little bit of fishing. So we'll actually end up just driving back around and go to some more of the fields. But this is one of my favorite parts of the property. And I think most people that come down here and look at it are going to agree. Another couple of cool spots here. I think people need to understand this. When you get down here to the old barn, you know, that is, that we're still on the property. You see that orange stake right there?
Uh-huh.
That's where the property is, on this side. And then it just goes up along that wood line there, that tree line. And then all of what we're on is part of it. But, you know, it ends up there at that other orange stake. You'll see it up there at the top. And people will see it when they come down. And so there's something else I want to tell everybody. We have an interactive map that we can send to you that you can download on your phone, and you'll want to save it for an offline version. Just text me, email me, call me, ask me to send that to you. And what it'll do is it'll actually show the boundaries on your phone, and it'll track you while you're on the property, so you'll know where you're at. Land Glide also, any of you guys got Land Glide, that's also another good tool that'll track you while you're on the property as well. So here's another cool spot. Sellers have also agreed to grant a utility easement so you can get power out here. There is a power pole up here with a transformer on it. For all you out-of-towners, people out of state, American Electric Power is the power company here. You need to do any research about getting power to the property, but right here's a pole up here, and it's right on the property line. And of course, sellers have power down at their house, so you'll be able to pick something up that way as well. Look at that. Is that pretty or what? Be a nice building spot up here. So Drew, you remember when earlier when we were up there and I said that, hey, that field over there actually worked, looks like it's steeper than it really is. Well, this is the field that I was talking about. You can see, you know, it lays pretty good back through here. It's got another field. There's at least there's like 4 or 5 separate fields and pastures on this property. You know, separate sections of land. That section up there is where we were just at when we were coming across, and we walked back into the woods over there. That's actually where we were at when I was talking about this. So, you know, another thing about this is, like, if a family wanted to buy it and have a family retreat back here, there's several building spots. I know a lot of people, you know, just kind of like the world the way it is now, are wanting to move out here to the country, and a lot of them are, you know, having family retreats where the whole family buys the property and they live out, you know, together. So, you know, a lot of people do that around here, and this property is actually perfectly set up for that. this pretty much ends our tour. We're gonna go back down towards the pond. Again, my name is Matt Gallimore. My number's 540-239-2585. I am the auctioneer. You can get all the information at vaauctionpro.com. And you know, don't be scared of an auction. It's very transparent. You're going to be able to see where the other people are bidding. Everybody gets a fair chance to buy this beautiful property. The transparency of an auction is one of the best things about it. You see where the bid is, you know where you got to bid next. And if you're not comfortable with that, then you know you don't bid. Then the auction's over for you. It doesn't cost you anything to register. You do have to put a credit card down, but that's a security measure so that we know people are who they say they are. If you win the bid, then we make arrangements for you to wire the money or drop off a security. Well, it's an earnest money deposit. You do that on the day of the auction. I think this one is $10,000. And then you've got 45 days to close to bring the balance in. So, you know, it's a really good process. Most people like it. Some people may be a little intimidated at first, but just get in there and get involved, get in there and get after it. And you never know, man, you might, or people, you may end up with this property. And I tell you what, it's one of the prettiest ones I've seen for a while. Let's get a little final pan of the pond. And that's what I want to leave you with, folks. Just imagine yourself down here. It's great. Country living in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Drew, how you like it? You moved up from Mississippi. What do you think about the Blue Ridge Mountains?
I have to say it's prettier than Mississippi.
Yeah, is it? Well, good. Yeah, it is nice. So, all right, thank you, folks. Hope I did a good job. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, go in and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're putting stuff up like this all the time. So anyway, check it out. Matt Gallimore, vaauctionpro.com.